part of what helped us too is that, I'm more intelligent than you. So that helped us a great. No, but I've always told you.
Remember that you said this. Don't call me and ask me.
No, but I always tell you, I think you're very, very smart.
Can you tell me?
I didn't mean I know you now. I give you money. I'll give you money, but I don't have.
Transfer.
Our vision is to disciple the earth, one family at a time, teaching them God's true intention and purpose for family life, love, dating, and marriage.
Hey, hello everybody.
Hi everybody. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That's how they say it now.
Yes,
Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Yeah. But we're going to show this on both my channel and your channel. So,
so it's still on.
Yeah. So by the way, please, of course, subscribe. You know how we do. Subscribe, share, like, comment. And we have other channels. There's Justice Girl. If you have not watched Justice Girl series, I don't know what on earth you're doing.
You are trying to be my enemy. That's what you're doing.
So make sure you subscribe to Justice Girl channel. Subscribe to LDN with PK channel. It's also our own ministry channel. Then we have question and answer with PK and PM. So just quick, real questions, real answers, stuff like real that. People. Short answer, real people. So you're going to like it. Then we have wholesome sexuality and the Clips channel. So subscribe to all of them. All right. Thank you. So today we have an interesting topic. People have always asked me, can I marry an older man? Can I marry a man I'm richer? Can I marry a man I'm older than? That's ladies, can I marry a guy I'm richer than and all that? So I did a series more than 15 years ago or so.
10 years ago.
Yes. So it's titled when she's richer, older, or smarter. And we're going to add and also more spiritual. So so when she's richer, or she's older, or she's smarter, or more educated if you like, but we just use smarter because it's shorter. We use smarter because it's smarter.
Don't leave me.
We use smarter because it's smarter. Yeah. And then or more spiritual.
Yeah.
Basically, we're saying when a woman seems to be ahead in some major functions of the union, how should that go? That's what we're talking about. But before we start, let me ask you. Somebody said most women would prefer a man that is ahead of them. Okay? That means that's why the average woman would say she wants taller. They'll like a man that earns more than them. They'll like a man that is older. They'll like a man that is more spiritual and all that. So is that true?
Yes, I think most women do, because women generally need leadership. And there's something about having a man to look up to, as opposed to taking that. It feels like an unnatural space to occupy when you're ahead. You're ahead of the man spiritually. You're ahead of him financially. You're ahead of him emotionally. Ahead of him age-wise. What did he now bring to the table? So I think the average woman really wants a man she can look up to. Secondly, when we leave father and mother, usually a woman is looking for a father in her husband. So she wants that protection that her dad gave her. She wants someone she can run to if she needs counsel, because that's what she could get from her dad. And sometimes, even though it doesn't necessarily follow, but sometimes we tend to believe that older means wiser. So you're looking for someone who fills that space that you've left, where you leave father and mother. You're looking for someone that can kind of fill that role for you. So it just seems that women gravitate towards men who are far ahead. So the average woman wants a sugar daddy kind of husband. Okay. Yeah.
But not too old too.
No, not necessarily age-wise, but someone who treats
covering.
You. Yeah, and someone who brings the baby girl out of you. That's yes.
Wow. Guys, what are we gonna do now? Okay, so it's true. So women would rather somebody that earns more.
Yeah.
Rather somebody that is taller, somebody that is more spiritual. We generally like somebody leadership. Somebody wise, somebody more intelligent or smarter, for sure. So that is established. However, this is not always how it plays out.
Yes. Especially because of how things are now, women, especially with all of the empower women, the girl child, girl child. So it seems like women have been given a lot more opportunities, not necessarily in terms of denying men of their own opportunities, but women have also been given a level playing field. And we all know that women are generally more sophisticated in terms of God created man and then he made woman. And of course, we always know that the upgraded model of anything is better.
It's better than the old model. So we're old model guys.
You know what I'm saying. So let's not take it out of context, though, but I'm trying to make a point. So I think that so women generally, because these opportunities are given, and we know that it's been a battle to get there, women try to do better. So in class, you want to do better, you graduate. There's a quota for women also to get jobs, and there's all of that. A lot of
conferences and events and NGOs
women have been
targeted towards
to succeed.
The female child, the girl child, blah blah blah. So generally now, what I'm trying to say is that even though women would like a man ahead in most things,
it doesn't happen like that
in reality.
Anymore. Yes, because
in reality it doesn't play out.
There's some women that it will be very rare that you find any man that earns as much as them.
Yes,
I have some daughters like that.
The
amount of money they earn, it would take 3 men put together to bring that kind of money. Wow. So if you know what she earns, chances are you may not want to touch that kind of girl if you are not a secure man.
We need to do another whole video for men that are marrying these women. So that we'll get into their own head and know what is going on. Because like you said, a lot of men will literally run away
from these women,
from a woman that earns more. So women want the guy ahead, but in reality, that's not how it plays out.
Not always.
Most times, actually.
Sometimes.
It is. I don't think there are a lot of women that have a man that is both that is spiritually ahead, physically in height ahead, financially ahead, and intelligently ahead. Okay, well, some halves. I didn't know. I'm a rare breed now.
Right.
I'm a rare breed now.
I just bait you small. You swallow plus my hand. Wow. Okay.
But I'm sure there are a lot, but I don't think it's everywhere. Some might be financially ahead and not be spiritually ahead. Some might be spiritually ahead and not be mentally or educationally ahead. Some might not be ahead age-wise. So the baseline is that so many women are going to have to compromise or settle or just embrace this situation we're discussing today. So that's what we're here to discuss. So how, if you are in that situation where you're marrying someone that has one or more of these scenarios we're painting, either you are richer, you as a lady, okay, you are richer or you are smarter, you're more educated, or
you're more spiritual,
or you're taller.
Is that so?
Or you are, don't conk your husband's head.
No.
Just a little short man. Because women are rude. Women are rude though.
That image, no, it's not healthy.
But the common one we see in church is women that feel they are more spiritual. And even now it's debatable, because how do you measure more?
I was about to say that it's highly debatable. In fact, if you think of yourself more highly than you ought to, then I question
that's already a problem. Yes, your spirituality is already in question. If you think you're more spiritual,
if you feel you're more spiritual, it makes you more humble. And I don't think humble in terms of you
bend down when you're
where you're greeting people. No, it just makes you more conscious of the fact that it's something that God gave to you.
And you're not going to just. You're not going to use you can't measure people's spirituality, except I know there are cases where you can measure, but I'm just saying.
Maybe not measure, but they are markers.
Markers, you can. Okay, so let's start by doing this. First thing first, let's establish that in God's structure, God has established in the family that the man should be the head.
So whether he's richer or not, he's the head.
Yes.
Whether he's smarter or not, he's the head. Whether he's taller or not,
he's the head. Whether he's more spiritual or not, he is the head. All right, that is the structure God gave. Yes, that's the structure God gave the family. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 mentions that, Ephesians 5, and a few other scriptures makes it clear that God has put the man. He said, let the man be the head. He didn't say let the richer be the head. He didn't say let the smarter be the head. He didn't say let the most educated be the head. He didn't say the most spiritual should be the head. He said let the man be the head. So I think if you're entering into this scenario, either as the man or the woman, I think you guys need to have that established, that if it's a kingdom marriage,
Yeah, man is the head.
because I think one of the reasons it troubles some people is that in their own cultural thinking, whoever has more money must be the head, and they've associated it with the man has to have more money. That's why I should respect him. And those of you that have watched my teachings on kingdom marriage and cultural marriage and contemporary marriage, I've made it clear there that the reason why a man is the head has nothing to do with that he earns more. So let's not relate it, because some people feel the more the woman starts earning more or starts earning equally, then the man is no longer the head. It doesn't work that way. It has nothing to do with how much he is earning. All right? It is God's system and structure that the man is the head. And being the head doesn't mean he's a governor general or he's a, what's that song?
President General among the nations.
All this kind of thing is not that kind of thing, because that's what cultural men also think.
Yeah.
That when they say I'm the head, it means I can call all this. No. I don't have time to go into that today, but you need to realize that authority, is delegated.
Yes.
It's given to you. So you too, you're a man under authority.
Which is
all right. That's how the Bible says. So you're not like you're free to just command and do anything and just override everybody. That's not really the idea. Again, if you are from Africa or you are somebody that's largely cultural in your thinking, when you hear leadership or head, you are thinking of a tyrant.
Yeah.
You're thinking of a dictator. Thinking of somebody that has full and sole proprietorship or whatever of that home. That's the idea you're having, but that's not the biblical stand. The Bible is clear that he that must be head among you, let him serve. Yeah. So kingdom, if you're interpreting scripture with scripture, and they say you are the head, you are the chief servant. It's not something to override or oppress people.
That's very hard for many people to digest.
Yeah, cultural. So please, if you have not watched my video on kingdom marriage, please go watch it. I broke down some of these things there, because what we're sharing now is tied to that. If you don't have the right mentality, what we're sharing today will make much sense to you. All right, so we've established the first fact. Structurally, the man is the head. All right?
Yeah. And I think that if you understand that the man is the head, then you as a woman would pick wisely. Because one of the reasons why the man gets to be the head, in my opinion, is that we have first right of choice. You get to pick who is going to be your head. So if you know that this is something we've established, once is the man is your head, then you as a woman gets to choose who you offer that leadership position to in your life. It's like voting.
Yes.
You're going to have to listen to his manifesto, make up your mind, know where you are going, and know whether this man can take you there before you make that decision. So it's really not about whether he's older than you or not, whether he's richer than you or not, whether he's more educated or not. No, the man is going to be here. So think about it carefully before you even venture into that.
Yeah. Another thing we have to look at is that marriage is a covenant. So what does that mean? It means the two people become one flesh. So the issue of who earns more, who doesn't earn more, really should not come in. All right, in an ideal situation.
I want to share this to my 10-year-old daughter. Just before we came down to do the video, they were asking. So my children were asking me, "What are you and Daddy shooting?" And then I said, "Oh, we're shooting a video." I said, "What video are you shooting?" And we said, "When she's older, richer, smarter." So I said, "Oh, let me even ask you two girls. What do you think? Will you marry a guy who you are older than, you're richer than, or you are smarter than?" I said, for instance, let's pick wealth. If a man, you're richer than a man, would you marry him? And then my first daughter said, it doesn't matter. And the second one says, it doesn't matter because you're probably going to end up having a joint account anyway. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
they are catching it.
At that young age, yeah.
At that young age, that they know that covenant means that everything we have belongs to.
And I don't think they've ever heard us have those discussions give me feeding money, give me this, I'm paying for dustbin, you pay for bathing soap, and I hear those kind of weird things
what
that couples do. Yeah, because there's soap for washing, there's detergent for laundry. But the point is that so many homes are so divided in how they do things. Oh, I take care of school fees, you take care of rent, which shows that you guys are not working as a pool, you're working as a team.
Yeah.
Very important you work as a team. It's our money. So you must establish that there's a covenant. I watched a video of one lady that said she was somewhere and the guy walked up to her, and when they started talking, that the moment she found out she was any more than the guy, she said, no. She just ruled it out. I don't think you should rule people out just because you find out, I'm older than him, then he cannot be a good husband. That's not true. Or I'm richer than him, or I earn more than him, he cannot be a good husband. That's not true. Or I'm more spiritual than him, or I'm taller than him. Don't be quick. That's the point I'm trying to make. Don't be quick to...
I honestly think that it's a case of renewing your mind, like you said in the beginning.
Yes.
it is what has been handed down to us. Your husband should be older
Older
than
than
you.
you,
So it
yes.
seems unnatural,
Yes,
like I said.
yes.
So you will
And
struggle
there's no
with
rule.
that.
There's no such rule.
There's no such rule. There's no scriptural rule.
Yes.
It's just that you will struggle with that. What people can offer you is the fact that Adam came before Eve.
Yeah,
And so they just naturally assume, and then over time it showed, Abraham was older than Sarah.
Yes.
So it kind of set a precedent
Yes.
for that. But in terms of the person being richer, and sometimes I think it's issues of trust. Maybe these people have been damaged. Somebody has hurt them. Somebody has come in to just take money. So I don't even know that it's about being richer. I think it's also about not being able to trust people because there's been damage, or they've seen something like that in their family, or also you are the kind of person who has seen maybe your dad pay all the bills, your mom did absolutely nothing. So it's kind of hard for you to now see yourself in that role where you are helping a man, or you are even adding to whatever he brings in.
Yeah.
You believe that you are married as a trophy wife to
and
just
you
sit in
are
the house
his
and everybody's
responsibility.
paying your bills, and
Yes,
all you
you
have
are
to
his
do is just do
responsibility.
that. So I think that's also, apart from just thinking, I can't marry somebody, there's a lot of trauma on that.
Yes, that needs to be renewed. You need to work on your mind. All right. So we've established that just because a woman is richer or smarter or more educated or more spiritual doesn't rule out the fact that she can actually be happily married to someone that earns less or is younger in age. All right. As long as certain things are able to be handled. Because yes, you are in a unique or delicate scenario and situation. So of a truth, you are. Yes.
Especially. So I think that we really need to be careful in saying this when a woman is more spiritual, because we need to now be able to define spirituality. Some people would consider this a license to go and marry an unbeliever because that means I'm spiritual. So I think we should just do a disclaimer right now.
We'll go. What I think we'll do, we'll go step by step.
Okay.
We'll start with. We don't have to talk about taller. If you're taller than him, just be giving him beans, and he will grow. He will catch up. Beans and what are vegetables?
Please just listen. He's not. This is my own disclaimer. He's not a doctor. He knows absolutely nothing about what he's talking about.
They told us if you eat beans and onions and vegetables, you will grow tall. You will grow tall. So that one you can't do anything about it. But let's start with earning more or richer.
Okay.
Then we'll go to smarter. Then we'll go to more spiritual. Yeah, we'll just handle it like that. Okay. So let's start with money. Okay. Just because a guy earns less than you, now or forever, because some of you are going to find yourself in those kind of situations. All right. There's some women that are going to have very good jobs. If you limit your pool to only men that earn more than you, you are reducing the options you will have. So I don't think you need to do that. And love and life shouldn't be limited to, I shouldn't be navigating just based on, money or money I don't have. I should generally be looking for a real connection with, with someone. So when it comes to money, a few things you must note is, number one, there has to be trust.
Yeah.
So you talked about that a bit.
Yeah, trust is a major thing.
If you can't trust the person, then we are not in business.
Yeah, so it's not even really about being richer. It's now the trust issue that's a real problem.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's something that you need to address.
Can you trust this person with money? Can you even trust this person with information that you earn more than them? There's some ladies that can't even have that conversation because they feel if this guy knows how much I earn, so the issue in that scenario is not just your money, is that you are hanging out with someone you can't trust. And if you're trying to protect your money, what you should be bothered about really is protecting your life. All right? So you shouldn't go ahead with it. If you feel uncomfortable exposing your real financial worth and value to this person, you feel you will no longer be safe, then don't marry them at all. Because the worst thing you can do is to marry someone, give them your life, but keep your money in the safe.
Yeah.
It's really your life that should be in the safe. Let them go with the money. Sure. And to show how warped our mind thinking is, you're even okay with this person being with your kids and parenting your kids, but not your money. Your money is the only one you need to save, but you leave your kids with the person. So if there's no trust, if you can't be safe with this person financially, that's a problem.
I also think that you need to also find out whether you can trust their financial decisions. Because it's one thing to
that's part
have
of trust.
More money.
Yes.
So I'm just adding to everything what you said, because sometimes the person's financial decisions is a real problem why you're even richer than them. So you need to find out if it's something you can trust, and if it's not, then you may have to find a way to work around that, because if not, the person's going to bring you down as well. We've seen scenarios like that where someone is doing phenomenally well, married someone that she's richer than, and then the guy because he's the head. And that's what you talked about, being the head.
Yeah.
We need to understand what that thing is. It doesn't mean that you are Lord and Master. It doesn't mean that you say, oh, we're going to go on this journey, and I've said it and that, you find out whether you agree or not. And they give me everything,
leadership
and
works.
then you run the money down.
Yes.
Those things happen all the time because women don't understand the concept of leadership.
Many of them risk their lives and that of their kids, and to follow a man blindly because they have told her, she must submit.
Even though that's not what that word means, but we'll not go there today. Yeah,
well, that's a whole other video.
Yeah.
But you should be subscribed to our channel and be watching all that. We've done a lot of these things before.
So trust.
Yeah, you must trust their decision making and stuff. Then you need to also check if the guy is hardworking. Very important. All right, because some men, once they find out,
that's okay. This one,
yes,
is the one that there's a way it pains me in my kidney.
Yes,
see, this my middle kidney.
Yeah,
it pains me. Those men that are constantly living on a dream. Those men who are constantly making promises about tomorrow.
Yes,
my tomorrow. I plan to. I call them planning to. I'm planning to. They have big plans, but they can't walk small walk.
Yes.
They have those big dreams. Don't worry, when I have somebody invest 100 million, but you can't work for 100,000.
Yes.
That diligence,
they lack a sense of responsibility. So they are confusing their dreams and visions with the responsibility of their lives today. You see, your dreams and goals does not suspend your responsibilities.
The one that even makes me laugh in relationships like this is when somebody who can barely feed himself says to his wife, oh, I'm not a 9-to-5 person, so I can't get it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a sense of
responsibility. All of us,
they don't understand.
Are you a 9-to-5? Nobody in this life is a 9-to-5.
Born a 9-to-5 person.
All of us learn it.
We want to sleep all day and watch Netflix.
Yes, so the only reason why we're doing 9-to-5 is because
we have a sense of responsibility. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
We want
that sense of your man must be hardworking and must have that sense of responsibility. That means even if you are bringing 10 billion, he still understands that we have to run things in this house, and he's putting down his own work and putting down some contributions, trying to make things happen. He's not just relaxed and
my wife can,
because you can earn 10 billion. So you must watch out that he's not a leech. He's not somebody that leans on another person for their own needs to be met. He's responsible. All right, very important. He must be hardworking. He must be ready to go full hog with or without your money. Very, very important. He's pursuing his own dreams. In reality, not balloon dreams, not these dreams that, there's nothing. He has not been able to pay any bills for 3 years and says he's working on a dream. That's an irresponsible man. Because your dreams do not suspend your bills.
Yeah. And a man who suddenly retires on your
on your income. Yes.
Hey.
So you have to watch out for that.
I say lots.
It's from the dating stages and the courtship stages that you see his body language. He's done with school 10 years ago. What has he achieved? That's what you look out for. So we always say don't marry people's potentials. Marry their patterns. All right. Yeah. Patterns don't lie. Everybody has potential. Every human being has potential. So you cannot take a decision on that potential. The country we live in, Nigeria, has had potential since they gave back to me. They've been saying we're leaders of tomorrow. Till tomorrow, it's the old leaders that are still there. They've not. Tomorrow has not come, and we are almost.
We're almost in yesterday.
Yes. So everybody has potential. So you do not make decisions based on potential. Yeah. However, you make decisions based on the patterns. So he has been done with school 5 years, 10 years. Okay, what have you been able to do for yourself? Can you take care of yourself? Because before he can marry, he should be able to take care of himself and another.
Yes, because the Bible says if a man does not work, he should not eat. So wife is not what he needs.
It's the job. You should not be looking for love.
And if you guys are on a date or something and he never finds his wallet. There are guys like that.
He never pays.
Especially when he's found out. You have to be careful of users when you earn more. That's the thing. Just take note of the fact that there are people who want to use you because you earn more than them. So they found you as a retirement plan.
Yes, ATM.
It's going to work.
ATM.
Yes, my ATM.
My ATM.
Let's not do that.
Those things make me laugh.
Oh, God. Not in a funny way, Jean.
Yes, not funny at all. My ATM and all that. So he must be, you must trust, there must be trust. That means you can trust this person with your life. Then she should be hard working. Very important. It should be hard working. All right. That means he's doing his own thing, earning his own money. It might be less than yours, but you can see his drive to improve himself, to go to his own next level and all that. And he's not depending on just what you are earning. All right. The next thing, we'll move a bit now to, let's talk to the man now. If a man is marrying a woman, that earns more, what are the things he needs to?
You just behave himself and have respect, self-respect.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes men become insecure, and rather than help her shine, you don't want to dull her
Suppress
shine.
her.
You want to suppress her. You want her to do worse so that you can feel better,
Feel better
about
about
yourself.
yourself. Yes, human
You
nature,
know,
actually.
So he has to be secure in himself. He has to be someone who also realizes that money is not what determines my leadership.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to lead because
Don't depend on money to lead.
So he
Very
has
important.
to find other ways to be inspiring.
I'll be a real
to
leader.
her. So if it's not money, there are other ways you can inspire your wife. So what else are you bringing to the table? Is what I would say. So I first of all, be secure. Don't try to suppress her. Don't try to. We've had those kind of stories where a man realizes that his wife is earning more and then makes her resign. He will manipulate her till he resigns, or he will run down all her savings. Everything that she saved up all her life, he will run it down with promises of, just give me the money. We're
making stupid investments.
Making crazy investments.
Making investments with the money.
Until he literally wrecks her. And if he has a chance, he even can make her lose her job.
Yes.
Remove her from her comfort zone. And literally strip her of everything so that he feels more like him. He wants to be the one.
He's insecure, basically. So he's trying to cut her down.
Yes.
So that she can depend on him.
Yes.
So she might have a great job and everything. And
he will break her down until she believes that everything that is happening is because he's concerned about her, as opposed to the fact that he's concerned about himself. He's just insecure.
Yeah.
So he would manipulate and say, I need you to pay more attention to the children, or I need you to you don't have to take a job, you don't have to work so hard, and those kind of things that they say. A man can successfully marry a woman who earns more than him if he also sees that the money belongs to both of us.
Yes.
So it's not individual money. I believe that when it comes to blessing a family, God can choose anybody.
Yes, anybody can be the channel.
Anybody can be the channel.
Yes.
So if you're looking at it as his money and my money,
then that's
when
a
there's a
problem.
problem.
Yes.
But if you look at it as
Our
this is
money
the money that comes into
to
our family,
yes.
Then it's easy.
I always say it this way, that if your right hand and your left hand are making two different kind of money, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
because
matter.
it's our money. It's our body. So you need to have that mindset. So the man has to be secured.
Yeah.
All right. That means you're not just even helping her. You're nurturing her gift. You have seen her potential. Like I do that all the time for my wife. I look at things I feel she can do and say, no, try this one, do this one. You're looking at her. And like we said, it's not only money you can lead a woman. There are other ways to be a leader in a home or to be inspiring. So contribute to her dreams.
Yeah.
Don't just let her fly. We say help her fly. There are even men that won't want you to fly. That's the problem. But there are some that will
they don't want to fly.
Yes.
That's the one that's paying. If you don't want me to fly, but you are flying, at least somebody's like, two of us are on the ground. Now
that's what I said, is that they are not flying, you two will not fly.
We're all equals.
We're all on the ground.
But you put all of us on shore like chicken.
So those kind of people. So we say, don't even let her fly. Help her fly. All right. So really be part of her life. Find out what you can do. And when you're married to a woman like that, you don't even stress her with certain things. You notice that she works so hard out there. You make sure you relieve her of things in the house and all that. So don't let. There's some men that want to insist that now this lady is a manager. She's a top person where she works. She's handling a lot of responsibility. Then you still want her to start doing some. If you say we don't want house help, you don't need a chef. No. At some level of life, you want her to live long. You don't want to stress her. It's not a punishment.
Don't say it, preach it.
Yeah,
I need you to preach it.
It's not a punishment. So I don't know why guys do that. Oh, don't not have help in this house. Now, if it's okay if you don't have it, if you are going to be able to really provide the assistance she needs.
He will not provide.
Yes, most men don't. They say, we don't want help. You not leave that woman to slave away at work and come back home and still, and still slave away. So that's
I think that there's a certain level a woman reaches in her life and in her career where the man needs to understand that she should be treated with some level of respect.
Yes, you should elevate her. Don't let her be stressed.
Again, you now complain she's not
all this is ideal scenarios because sometimes these women might be cocky and arrogant and difficult to live with and proud. So those are things we'll still get into.
I also have a problem with men who see women that are like that. See that she's already arrogant. She's always talking about how much she earns, and you still trick your head there.
Yeah, they now start complaining. Yeah. So for the man, be mature, be secure, very important. See the Proverbs 31 man, for instance. He married a woman that was a high flyer. That woman was in about 6 or 7 businesses. She was in real estate, she was in agriculture, she was in textile, fashion, she was in importation and exportation, all kinds of things. So, but her husband, never stressed her. It was never an issue. So you must be that kind of Proverbs 31 man that will encourage that woman to exhaust and explore all her gifts and abilities and opportunities without you being a hindrance. You know, if she's even worrying that, the kids, you don't have to tell her, hey, don't worry, baby, I'm going to check up them. I know you're at work, or I know you need to sort that, meet that target. You know, it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. So if that is not just there, then the rest of things we're saying will not make sense. If both of you are working against each other, you know, and I see some couples, they are intentionally looking for how to work against each other instead of looking for how to work together. It's always amazing for me. All right. So you must be mature, you must be secure.
And don't stop trying. You know, some men just rest and say, I'm never going to make that kind of money anyway. And just
Keep doing
your thing. Yeah.
Yes. A woman likes a man that is has work, has something to do. Because she will lose those women that are high flyers, because they're very work-oriented women, they will lose respect for you quickly.
Yeah.
If you're a lazy, idle man.
True.
All right. So please look out for that. So be a hardworking man. Be resilient. Be determined. Be disciplined. You know, don't be those men, because we've mentioned that some women like people ahead of them, but we didn't talk about whether men like people like that. All right. Usually, it's rare for a man to be looking out for an older woman. It's rare. It's not normal. Or to be looking out for a woman that is richer than him.
In fact,
those are
usually
pointers to
first of all, if a man most times ends up in this situation age-wise without knowing. The woman probably doesn't look that way. It's when they've entered that they now realize that she's older.
Except in cases where the guy
has mommy issues.
Yes. So in life, you don't really get what you want to get. Sometimes you get what you attract.
Yeah. That's
and true. if you're the kind of man that you didn't finish your breastfeeding program with your mom when you were young, and you are looking for another mom, psychologically you might say with your words that you want a woman you are older than, but psychologically you keep attracting. And we've seen cases like that where a guy attracts this back to back 3 or 4 times in a row. Right? So you know that it's not a coincidence. There's a pattern going on here. He's attracting older, richer women, all right, that will take care of him. So he wants, his mom didn't finish the job. So he's looking for somebody that will finish the job. So these women are usually going to be older and also doing better than him, because they are going to be paying his bills. We've had cases like that. So these are patterns you must look out for. If you're a lady like that and a guy is after you and he's clearly younger than you and everything, please ask him about his last relationship. If it's a pattern, then just know that there might be a problem. So don't just jump in. All right? It might be a problem. Yeah, she can say.
Because sometimes too, it might not necessarily be in terms of just looking for a moment. I've seen scenarios where a guy is really attracted to older women because it's still trauma, right? But not necessarily in a negative sense. He felt as a child that he wasn't able to take care of his mom, and he finds himself in those situations again where he's attracted to older women. But I feel like he's sometimes also trying to
wants to take care of
them.
Wow.
I don't know. That's how, sometimes.
There's a babyless mother's home now. Babyless mother, because not only motherless babies, there's babyless.
God, I'm done with this man.
You can go to where they have
I'm done.
old women and go and take care of them. They have all those homes for old women.
No, but those things do happen. Like, you just attract a certain kind
of people
because of something that is in your heart.
Well,
yes, it does happen.
So basically, you should just look out for, let not be the toxic ones.
Yes,
because there are some that this guy is going to be your baby.
And then there are just some people that just like older women. He said, because possible. You don't like, no me say that.
Yeah, it's possible, but you see, it just all has to be healthy.
Yeah.
So, not that this guy is looking for women that are 20 years older than him. Now, if it happens as a chance thing, like I said, that's a bit different. But if you're seeing the pattern, that this is what he wants, the issue is why. Be careful
that it's not a mommy's boy, it's not a user. Those are the two things. Those are the things. And then for the man, make sure that the woman is not nasty, she's not mean. She's not stuck up.
Yes, she's submissive.
Yeah.
So if you're a guy looking for a woman that earns more or is more educated or smarter, you must be sure she is submissive. Is she able to separate who she is at work or at the business from who she is at home, or who she should be at home? All right, she should leave her titles, and she might have men running around for her, driving her, and running errands for her at work. When she comes home, this man here is her boss. So she needs to know that. Is her head. So can she switch roles? Or she wants to continue backing others at the office and comes home and starts backing others at the man. That's going to just end that relationship or damage it. So she must be willing to adjust. and be humble, be submissive, to her husband. Very important. Can she be submissive? And even though she knows she's sometimes making better decisions, so can she say, "Hey, I'm going to yield to the head of this home, even though I don't."
The truth of the matter, I don't necessarily think that a woman who understands submission, I don't necessarily think that should be hard, whether the man is older. We don't submit because the man is older.
Yeah.
That's not why we submit. We submit as unto Christ, right? And whether a man is older than you or younger than you, there will always be times that you feel like you're smarter, or you feel like, why is man wasting time to make a decision? Or you question his decision, and rightfully so, because nobody knows everything. So I know that there will be times like that. So I don't think that it's about understanding the concept of submission. It's understanding that who you are doing it is to Christ. I think that makes the difference. So yes, the man should look out for that, but for the woman, it shouldn't be too much of a problem if you understand submission.
Yeah.
I understand the concept of marriage.
Yes.
Shouldn't be.
Submissive. She's not rebellious. She's not all those cocky women that are totally. And you see those women that are so unruly and everything. It's not even just because they are richer, because there are poor women that are also unruly. But by the time you add, if she now earns more than you, to somebody that was already unruly and rebellious and not submissive.
How did you get there?
Yeah.
How do you get
into a relationship, right?
Yes.
But it
I
happens.
always want to know.
So if both of them can play their biblical roles, and that brings us to a point that, it takes godliness to make things like this work. It takes us yielding to
the Spirit of
God. Yeah, Spirit of God, and to God's principles, not to our cultural beliefs, but to God's principles. Then we can navigate age and money. But when we leave it to the elements that let life happen, then of course, if a woman is earning more, that's a problem. If a woman is richer, that's a problem. But if we follow God's principles and God's wisdom, you find that it's not, as difficult as it should be. So these are a few things. Maturities, the man should be not to be intimidated by your success. Me and you have run into people that the man will say, oh, the woman should not get this job, she should not take that job. They've never even married. Some of them are never married. Yes. And you see that he's already insecure. Doesn't want her to go for opportunities, doesn't want her to go where other men will see her. Don't take this job, don't take that job. So that's already insecurity. So that woman can never rise to a certain level. Those men that feel, I'm the only one that can go out and make money, woman, those are heights of insecurity, and I think that can be a problem. So these are a few things to note within the relationship. Now, there are other things you might need to deal with outside of the relationship. Okay? So number one, you might have to also deal with public image. That's one. Society. What will people say? Society. People of the world. Anwaye, in case you don't understand.
What people?
What people?
That's what they're called.
We're going to have to deal with people. Public opinion. Especially if the man is older. People are going to talk.
And then especially if you go and post it on Instagram.
Yes.
No, Twitter.
Yes.
Twitter, they will not use, how they X you. They will not use S and be that.
It's called X because they X people.
They will X you and your relationship. So
you
have to be very secure.
Anything they see, they see card, they say, she's the one sponsoring that. People just have bad mouth.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so you guys want to deal with.
There's a lot to do when it comes to human beings. You must have thick skin. You must have thick skin. You must be fully persuaded that you're doing the right thing. Because what people say can be very hurtful.
Yes.
People are very mean. Yes. But if you're in the right relationship and you're just older or you're richer, just face your wall front and be doing your thing. Because people always change.
People don't understand you.
Yeah, that's true. And if you try to, it's a waste of time to even try to make them, people will never agree with you.
Yeah. So if you cases where you can prevent the whole world from knowing your business, that might not be bad. Especially things like she's older or she's earning more. But they don't have to announce the age.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to. So sometimes people will do, it's my 40th birthday. So you do 40th birthday. That means your husband will not do. Or you do it together.
But just be wise, depending on who you guys are.
I think that if you are the kind of person that doesn't care what people say, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine.
Care. If you care, what are people that care?
I don't read comments.
What are people that care about what people say?
Don't read comments.
They will still say it to your hearing. Not only comment. These people I'm seeing here. People will not let you rest. So they will discuss your matter.
You need thick skin if you're going to do this kind of thing.
So that's one thing both of you be able to overcome. If you guys can
especially in
that.
this culture, outside of
it
Africa,
doesn't really matter
much.
Yes, it doesn't matter much.
But
if you're in the African climate, yes. Yes, they take
it's a big deal.
There's not much work here. People use you as their work and gossip. People don't have work. So both of us will deal with that.
Yeah.
What public perception is. That's one. Second thing you must deal with is what family too we say. Because at the point of going to marry, sometimes the parents of the man or the woman, a lot of times it's the man, They were going to marry this old woman. One thing. She
and
might
she
not be able
doesn't
to
have children.
children, blah, 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 blah.
Forgetting that young people too, if two young people get married, they may still not have children. So it doesn't really.
So you must deal with your family. So how are you guys going to deal with that? You must come up with a plan. I've seen people that have even not told the parents at all.
Yeah, sometimes.
If that works for you, that's up to you. I've seen people that where the man must be willing to stand his ground in spite of the woman being older and sell her well to the family. So that's another thing both of you must overcome. And it's not about the challenges you face, about how much in sync both of you are. If you two of you are into yourselves and you're fighting for each other, nothing from outside can break
both of you against the world.
Yes, both of you against the world.
Literally.
So it's not that your parents are complaining, then you start listening to them and start aspect. So you need to be clear about this before you start.
Yeah.
Third thing you need to deal with that is outside of both of you is health issues. So like we mentioned, having kids.
Someone developing some health issues
that are tied to age
related.
yes. Yeah. So you need to be
you have to be in faith.
Yeah.
You have to be in faith.
Yes.
Make sure that you are standing on God's word concerning your health, their health.
Yes. And being able to live through the situation when it comes. If you're marrying a woman that is way older and she's at the age where she can't have kids, are you ready to adopt or not have kids? Not that tomorrow you turn into a problem. I've seen people do that. You marry this woman, she's at the age where she might not have kids. And then you start 2 years down the line.
You now start having children outside.
Yes, you want to go have children outside because you must have children. That's things you should have thought of. So there are health issues you need to deal with. Then lastly, if you feel the guy or the lady is more spiritual, yes, Pastor M was talking about it earlier. You can't marry someone that is an unbeliever. So when we say more spiritual, we're referring to both of you are believers, but maybe you have been born again longer and you are at an advanced state or place in your spiritual walk. All right? So what you must look out for in those cases is that this guy also is pursuing God. He's on his walk, not stagnant in one place.
He's growing.
He's growing.
Growing is the word.
He's chasing the Lord.
Because we don't marry babies, we raise them. So you don't marry a baby Christian. I would say try to help them grow.
Yes. So you need to make sure he's actually growing, because some people, they are in quote born again, and that's just it.
That's it. They stop
There's
there.
nothing about their life that looks like a Christian. Nothing about their life. They're not interested in God or anything about God at all. They even hate church. They don't want to come to church. Hate pastors. Hate everything. So that's going to be a big problem, because what makes scenarios like this work is both of you being yielded to God. If this person has no interest or pursuit of God, then there's a problem. So when you're talking about more spiritual, both of us are chasing the Lord, but maybe I'm just at a more advanced place in my walk than the person. That's it. Not that they are not born again or they are not growing at all. That's a dangerous thing to do. All right. Please make sure you marry someone that's also interested. Are they growing? Because women actually ask me that a lot. That is it a problem if I'm more spiritual? It's not a problem. Again, being more spiritual is a debatable issue, but let's assume it is so.
Because I know that there are a lot of men who want to marry their mothers. My mom was a praying woman. So my wife would say, how about you praying too?
Pray too. So
I think we should raise more praying men as well.
That I'm saying. It's a man that is pursuing God. If it's a man that is pursuing God in his growth, then there's no problem. He's gonna be great in the Lord.
I think ultimately, from the very, very beginning, the whole thing that we've been talking about, for me, there are two issues here. Trust and making sure that you're not marrying a user.
Yes.
Whether he wants to use you spiritually, physically,
yes,
emotionally. Because some people marry older women so that they can die off and you can inherit everything they have. So it's just to be sure that this person is not a user. That's the thing. If the person is not a user, we can work around other things. And with this kind of people, you can't really do this without getting coaching or counseling.
Yes,
you need to get
support.
proper coaching.
Yes.
Because there will be issues that you guys need to talk about.
Yes.
There will be things that would arise. There's a way to act as the man. So some of the things we're saying here, it may be a lot easier if you walk the journey with someone who's experienced to show you these are the tools you need. This is how to speak to men. Like this is how you. So respect can't be missing in the home. Because you're older or you're richer. You too, you must value her at a certain level and not treat her like one little girl, because she's
you're not trying to suppress her intentionally.
Yes.
Because you're already insecure.
Yes. So you would need some coaching.
Yes.
But I say ultimately, just make sure the person is not a user.
A lot of coaching and maturity. Because marrying a woman that is richer than you must be careful not to, over demand respect. That crosses the line from demanding respect to being insecure.
I'm the head of this whole.
You start shouting, say, I'm the man, I'm the head.
How are you the? Where's you the head?
Yes,
how are you the head?
So that maturity is there. Both of you being real good Christians and yielded to the Lord,
I think that's what makes a good marriage.
Yes.
So once you're yielded to Christ and his principles and obeying the word of God,
yes.
whether or not the person is older, richer,
It shouldn't be an issue, because I'm not demanding respect from you because of my age. It has nothing to do with age. It just has to do with that, I'm just better than you, and you have to be careful. I'm joking.
It's God that is helping you. True.
But let's even talk about smarter.
I don't know about that.
No, wait now, because some people are actually married to, maybe the woman is more educated. Like in our case, you had a master, you had a master's degree. I had OND.
But you're a doctor.
O for
today.
ordinary.
You're a doctor.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to get to.
Honorary.
Yes.
Are they gonna say?
I don't even know the thing.
Honorary something.
But that's what I wanted to get at. That in all these scenarios, the guys must also be driven, because it becomes a problem if they are not. Because even if the woman is more educated or in quotes smarter, this guy needs to also be intelligent. Part of what bridges the gap in ours, because I know in many cases, if a woman has a master's like that, and the man is way less educated, like OND or BSc, I mean, first degree, I say first degree, first school living certificate, WAEC, and all that. That gap too could cause difference in decision making. So this man too has to be intelligent. I think part of what helped us too is that I'm more intelligent than you. So that helped us a great. At least I have sense of humor. I'm not intelligent. But the point is that but on a serious note.
If he helps you sleep and I'm not dragging it. Okay.
But I've always told you.
You remember that you said this. Don't call me and ask me questions.
But I always tell you, I think you're very, very smart. I always say that, and I can't make any decision without even asking you. But I'm saying that.
I thought that was really just about covenant, not that.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
You know that you are smart now.
So I didn't try like this.
Where now?
You couldn't tell me.
I didn't mean I know you now. Give me money. I would have given you money, but I don't have.
Transfer.
But I think if the guy being intelligent, he might not be book smart. He has to be street smart, life smart. If he's not to have degrees, he has to have intelligence. So, I know intelligence is not always just a gift. You can, how much are you reading, exposing your mind to wise people, to wise counsel, things like that.
And just having that, what they call that street savoir faire. You just sabi.
Yeah, because if it's not there, I think it also becomes a strain.
Oh God.
Because woman just saying, this guy is making, life. Yeah. And he's making bad decisions back to back. So those things can be a strain. So these are the unique things. So if you're going to make that decision and marry a guy you are more educated than or way advanced than, is he trying? If he's falling behind and you as a woman, you have not even finished where you are going, you are still, hitting more mileage. After a while, the gap will just be
too much.
Unreasonable.
And usually those marriages don't work.
Yes, they go through that strain.
The woman just says, I'm done.
Yeah, because the gap is just
too much.
She's getting her master's, she's starting her PhD, she's getting promoted at work, she's being,
and
you are refusing. Even if you're going back to school, you're not improving yourself.
Yes.
You should be improving yourself to the point where she's also seeing that, wow, because she wants to also look up to you.
True.
She wants to admire you,
True.
And you doing something in your life helps. All right? Helps a great deal.
Yeah.
Yes. I told one of my sons that women like it when their husbands are also, hitting milestones and making progress. Women like it. They don't say it sometimes, but they are secretly checking from front of your eyes if you are making progress. If you are moving backward and you're just busy complaining and murmuring and not improving yourself, because everybody can improve themselves. In whatever you are doing, you can seek to add more.
I think that you can also help your partner. That's how I see
it.
I've always been big on helping. So what do you want to do? How do we get you there?
Yes, how do we?
What do you want to do? How do we get you there?
But some people are stubborn now. If you're telling them what you want to do, just say they'll keep making decisions that are going left.
Okay, no.
So that's what I'm saying. It can be a challenge.
That's why not marry me.
Yeah. So
I will not shut down my life for you.
Yes. So basically this journey really is not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody.
I don't think everybody can do it personally.
Yes.
We're saying when we were talking about it before, I was thinking about it, I said, can I marry someone that all these things?
Yeah, it's not all together now.
But there are some people that all of them is there.
She's
richer. She's more educated. She's more spiritual. She's more driven. Yeah, is just there. Even on the wedding days, as if they brought him. They wore him suits.
Yes.
And the girl is everything.
Yeah, she's the only one.
It's a lot. Yeah. So I don't think everybody can do it.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody can. Do you think I can do it?
No.
What do you mean by that? Did I not marry you? How much did you have that time?
Yeah, I didn't have much, but you saw the drive and the vision and things
yeah.
like that. And,
But you say I can't marry. Did I not marry? That's what I'm saying now. Redeem my image now.
Of course you can. Of course you can. So
It's not for everyone, though.
yes,
Let's be honest.
And a spirit-led and spirit-controlled life matters. Yeah, matters. You can't make it. You can't be a carnal Christian and do this journey. The demands are much. Humility, self-control.
It's a lot.
You know, you are not respecting the man because you think he deserves respect. You're respecting because God commands to respect him. So even when you have a better idea, you are willing to allow him grow into that idea, as opposed to insisting and forcing. If you're a forceful woman, a rebellious woman, just forget it. Go and look for somebody you like.
No matter how emotional you are about the situation.
Yes, please don't do it. So if you're an insecure man, it pains you when you say woman ahead, or you've come with the traditional mentality that men must pay all the bills at home, men must have everything, and that's an erroneous thinking. That men are the ones supposed to provide in there. That is not, it's not a biblical concept. And if you have watched our videos, we've broken that down. 1 Timothy 5 and all that has nothing to do with marriage. It was talking about widows. All right. We've broken all those things in detail. So it's a partnership. From day one, God wanted two people to become one. It's never, I'm the provider, so everybody must submit to me. That's not the concept. Because in these days and age, there are going to be many women that earn more than men. You see, when people came up with those cultural ideas, women did not even go to school. Women were not even working. But in these days and age, most of us are sending our daughters to the best schools in the world. They are doing masters, PhD, all those things. They are going to earn as much
or more,
or sometimes more than a lot of men. So if you don't have a scriptural concept of the structure of marriage, if you're trying to let it depend on who is earning more, many homes are going to crack in this generation.
Okay.
All right. So hope this was good.
Yeah,
let us know your questions, comments. Let us know. If you ask some questions here, we'll answer this in the question and answer channel. So ask your questions, but make sure you go and subscribe to the question and answer channel, and we will deal with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Please remember, take everything we said in context. Watch the entire video.
I feel like don't take it in context,
so that you can get the full picture and it can help you. So thank you for watching. See you guys.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to buy me if we're richer than.
Yes, ma'am.
Really?
How much?
But you sponsor me now.
I'll see each other. I'll see each other. You know
but I don't know why guys have. I won't have had problem with a woman being saying, "Oh yeah, I could just dream more." If I wanted to buy a Corvette before, I would just change to a Ferrari. My wife has money. Do you know how much my wife has? My brother, give me this thing. We'll pay.
Don't worry.
I'll be ordering.
More money than you.
I'll be ordering.
Riches in glory.
Yes, I don't mind. All those things.
I will not need aid or support.
And by the way, we're classmates in school. But they've never been disrespect. I've never felt we're mates.
Go and make good girl.
Yes.
It's not that you do a bad character. Just make good girl.
Mm-hmm. So but some people that's enough for them to be finish or familiarity or disrespect. We're classmates. So I'm just saying that if both of you have a good understanding, it could work no matter what is what. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you guys. Have you subscribed, like, share, all those things? Peace.
Bye.